Hello there, I'm Felicity Barr in Washington with the headlines on Al Jazeera. Eurozone leaders have agreed to help indebted Greece convince the financial markets to lend to the country. European countries and the IMF have pledged to lend Greece money if it fails to raise funds from international investors to pay off its debt. It's hoped that this will convince the markets that Greece will not default on its deficit. Well, Al Jazeera's Alan Fisher is following that story from Brussels.
The Greeks believe that they won't have to go to the Eurozone countries for this money. They believe now they can approach the international markets and say, we want to sell on our debt, what interest rate will you give us? Before, they believed that the interest rates being offered were far too high. And the markets knew that the Greeks didn't have a plan B. Now they do, now this safety net is in place.
In a new audio tape, the leader of al-Qaeda has issued a warning to the United States. Osama bin Laden said his group would kill any captured American hostages if the US decides to execute the alleged mastermind of the 9/11 attacks, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. Intelligence experts say the tape appears to be authentic. The Vatican says claims that Pope Benedict XVI was personally involved in covering up child sex abuse are an attempt to smear him. He's been accused of failing to act before becoming Pope, when archbishops in the US warned him about a priest who allegedly abused 200 deaf boys. The US Senate has approved minor changes to the healthcare reform law. The tweaks include subsidies to make insurance more affordable and give states more money for insurance for the poor. The changes are now being voted on in the lower house, where it's expected to pass and will then be approved by President Obama. Mexico has arrested one of the country's alleged top heroin smugglers, a man they say is responsible for sending tons of heroin into the United States. Jose Antonio Medina, nicknamed Don Pepe, was detained in the western state of Michoacan on Wednesday. Mexico's federal police said Medina managed to bring 440 pounds of heroin per month across the Tijuana border with the US. And those were the latest headlines here on Al Jazeera. Keep right up to date with all the news on our website. The address, as ever, aljazeera.net/English. I'm Felicity Barr. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.